I feel like when it comes to working in a corporation, there's a curse. You start out at a job, it's a new career, it's something you might like, fresh, beginning of a new chapter, and you start out with a group of coworkers, and slowly, because of high turnover rate, you watch each and every one of them leave and be replaced by other people, whether that's them quitting, finding new jobs, getting promotions, or just trying to find a change for themselves. And the longer you stay with that company, you start to notice it's not rainbows and butterflies as it used to be when you first started out. There's bullying, harassment, favoritism, stress. You start to resent coming into work, resent waking up because you know you have to get ready and go into a place that is not going to treat you right. You start to look at your workload, something that didn't bother you before, but now you realize the pay you are getting does not match what you are putting out. You look at your environment and see how toxic it is, and you wonder, am I ever going to get out? And as your coworkers, the ones you started out with, start to leave, move on with their lives, get better opportunities, you start to feel like you're in a curse within this company and that you will never be able to get that opportunity to go because you got bills, you have family to take care of, responsibilities. Even though the ideal, the happy ending of a lot of people's scenarios would be just to quit their job and to find a new one. But sometimes with that curse, we get so stuck in the complacency of where we're at, of knowing exactly what's going to come when we walk in the door, even though we hate our job, even though we despise it, even though it makes us angry. We know exactly what type of bullshit is going to come, how the coworkers are going to act, how the day is going to go. And sometimes just knowing that will keep people in their positions longer than they should be. Sometimes even knowing that bad pay and bad environment isn't enough to leave something that you've built. Sometimes you sit in your position thinking and hoping that it would change and that the outcome would be different. But as you work with that corporation day after day, month after month, year after year, you realize that it's only getting worse. My situation isn't getting better, and the coworkers keep on leaving and being replaced. And then you get to a point where you look up one day and you realize out of your entire crew, you're the only one left. You're the only one that stayed, the only one that didn't get out. And so you start to envy the ones that got out when they did, and realize that you should have left with them. Even if you didn't have the answer, even if you didn't know what you was going to do next, you should have left with them. You start to think about how their lives are way better and happier. And then you look at the walls that you are in when it comes to the corporation and think, I'm never going to break free. I'll never be able to leave. Even when I'm disrespected, degraded, and unappreciated, underpaid, I'm never going to be able to leave because I'm used to the environment. I'm used to the mistreatment. I'm used to the bullshit. And sometimes you think, why leave what I have and risk getting into something that's way worse? Why find something else not knowing it would be better or not? And so we lock ourselves in our brains and we continuously work hour after hour, day after day, in careers and jobs that don't care about us, that don't listen to us, pay us well. But we stay, not for the corporation, but for ourselves. We stay in hopes that maybe we can be the change. We can be the difference. We will be the exception. But then you realize all that hard work, all those hours, all those days you put into that corporation meant nothing. Management didn't see it. Your coworkers didn't see it. Everything you ever done was overlooked. But you kept it to yourself and into your heart. And you went home knowing that at least I did a good job, even if I wasn't noticed. I worked hard, even though I didn't get a pat on the back. After a while, you start to lose faith in humanity. You start to wonder, will it change? Will this be my life? Will I stay here? And if I leave, where would I go? I think that's the curse of corporations, is once they get you, if you're not out by the time they swallow, you will be gone into their abyss forever. Once you're in those doors, under their thumb, the only way you're leaving is something drastic happens. And so many of us don't get to leave, don't get the opportunity, don't get the courage, the chance. We just stay in these buildings, in these walls, and deteriorate until we're no longer needed from these businesses, no longer needed from our bosses. And we slowly die out inside because we need a paycheck. We need money for food, for rent, for clothes, for survival. And because we need our necessities, a part of us is taken away with every job we take, with every opportunity, with every corporation we go to. The thing that keeps us into these places is that we think and we hope that they care and we hope that they see us. But the moment we see that they only see us as numbers, as digits, as replaceable, it eats at you. I wish I could tell everyone that had a job that they didn't like to find something else, to move on, to quit, to make a change, to take a chance on themselves. But I'm also a person that has stayed in a job way longer than I should have. I'm also a person that has experienced racial discrimination, harassment, bullying, degravedness, because I was afraid to walk away, because I was afraid to find something different. I was afraid of change. So I can't sit here and tell you to just drop it all. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. You'll find the answers, because I don't know. But I can tell you, do not get caught in that curse. Do not let it swallow you whole and make you become nothing.